Hello, dear listeners, dear tourists, and dear second and third generation NRIs who are visiting India, who want to know about the culture aspects of India. So, one of such aspects shall be discussed now. I shall be talking about the permanency of this world. What is the Eastern perspective? What is the Indian perspective? What is the Sikh perspective? Basically, it's all the same. Sikh perspective, Eastern, Indian perspective. The perspective is this, that world is very, very temporary. In Hindi it is called Kshan Bhangur. In Sikh terminology it is like Greh Balu, means a house of sand dune. You must have seen children playing in the sand. They place their feet inside the sand and then tap it nicely, press it thoroughly, and very slowly they remove the foot from the sand. And one child says, "My house is big," the other one says, "My house is beautiful." They play, but then it's not permanent. So if we see from a wider angle, that is the whole world. This is how it is viewed in India by India in general. Sikhs also same, in the same way. That world is Kshan Bhangur, or is like Balu ka ghar, Grey Balu. And one thing very particular is that such house of sand cannot withstand any flow of water through it. So as per the Sikh perspective, when we try to push our will forcefully, it is equivalent to making water flow towards the house of dune, and we are actually enhancing its destruction by doing that. So as per the Indian perspective, Eastern culture, Indian culture, Sikh culture, one normally doesn't pushes his will forcefully. Now, how does this impact the cultures, the society? Firstly, it is marriage. Marriage in the West is as per the instincts. A person loves somebody, he marries. Maybe even if the parents are not willing, it won't matter, they would marry simply. But then the success rate is quite low. In India, many a times the prospective bride and groom, they meet just once before the marriage. The two families, they meet together in some religious place, and the prospective bride, prospective groom, they just talk for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, and then the marriage is fixed. Sometimes the prospective bride or the groom may not be actually fully in agreement with the marriage proposal, but they won't push their will through. And suppose a child is quite particular about marrying someone, so the parents are also not too strict. They won't try to push their will forcefully, at least in present times. About a century ago, it was all done by parents, but now parents would also listen to. They won't just simply push their will through. The children, means the prospective bride and the groom, will also not push their will through. It will be kind of a mixture of the wills of the parents, of everybody. So what happens? At least the house of the dune, he isn't getting any gush of water from any place. So marriage as such is a delicate setup. The world itself is a delicate setup. See, we have nuclear power with which the world can be destroyed so easily. So the whole world is very temporarily set up like a house of dune, and marriage is also similarly very a temporary setup. So one actually has not got to push his will through all the time. So at least some protection is there, and having a religious inclination is added protection, but nevertheless house of dune would remain as house of dune. So that is one aspect. Another aspect is that actually is because of this philosophy, is that Indians are quite simple in their living, because it is embedded in their philosophy that world is very temporary. So one should not be going mad after material world. So there is no harm in being simple. So for that reason, when the Westerns come here, they find people very simple, religious minded, and yes, much different from what they see in their own country. So this was a talk regarding something about how people in the East think, what is their philosophy regarding the permanency of the world. So when you visit India, so you will have a different perspective about the culture. So I hope this video would be useful for you. If you find this video useful, press the like button, the button for subscription, and also press the bell icon for notification. Thank you very much for watching this video, and bye bye.